We're back with Managing Your Money, brought to you by Money Sense, Singapore's national financial education program, joined this morning by Mr. Tay Tian Guan, telling us all about reviewing your financial plan and how sound is it. Mr. Tay, before we went to a break, you were telling me about the borrowing and how much borrowing somebody or a household should have. Your views, sir?
Well, I think a lot will depend on the amount vis-a-vis what other assets they own. In this area of easy credit, it is very easy for one to just get into debt, but very difficult to get out. Okay, so I have 4 golden rules that I abide by, and I always encourage people to assess based on these 4 golden rules before they commit to any borrowings. Because every time you open the newspaper, turn on the TV, there's always this
buy mentality.
To buy, spend,
yes,
and so on. And when you avail yourself to such credit, what you are actually doing, you are trying to tap into future income. You are mortgaging your future, which a lot of people don't even realize it. And so it's important to understand what you're getting into, and more important than that is also understand interest. You see, a lot of people don't appreciate interest until something happens, and then they realize, oh dear, I'm paying so much interest plus penalty if they cannot pay in time. So these are
the major
important considerations. So the 4 golden rules, if I can quickly give them, is first, the first rule, cost versus return analysis, I call it. That means you must understand first the cost of borrowing, not just the interest rate that is quoted to you, but the effective interest rate of the borrowing. And what are you putting this borrowed money into? Is it going to give you a return more than the cost? Because a debt is always a debt. It must be repaid. Okay. Whereas the assets, even you put into something, the asset can melt, or worse still, you put into a depreciating asset.
And we'd like to thank Mr. Tay for joining us this morning. We will continue next week with the borrowing and how much borrowings you should have, how much you should be leveraging yourself. You can join us then on Managing Your Money, brought to you by Money Sense, Singapore's national financial education program. Thank you for all your calls this morning. Mona, sorry.